Get ready. If you're receiving food stamps through the SNAP program, otherwise known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, as this program is getting a massive overhaul. I warned you about this a couple days ago, and I want to share with you more details here in this video. And I also have this clip right here, which I will be playing in just a second, so you can see and hear for yourself exactly what the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, said right here in this interview a little bit earlier today, and exactly what this means for SNAP beneficiaries. They've got a major beef with this program, and I want to point it out for you here in this video so you can be prepared. And again, I brought this to your attention the other day, but this is happening and it's coming very, very, very soon. And this is going to impact everybody, roughly 42 million people on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Again, SNAP benefits, food stamps. I want you to be aware of this. And again, I'm going to play this in just a second here. Now, if you thought the first half of November was kind of a nightmare, get ready, because that may have just been warm up to what is coming. Now, don't get me wrong. The first half of November was really, really bad. A lot of people really struggled. It was very, very annoying with everything that was happening, right? I talked about all the details at the time. Obviously, benefits have been reinstated. In fact, as they also mentioned in here in this interview that happened earlier today, if you have not received your full benefit yet for the month of November, you should have received it at least by today at the very latest, okay? But my point being is this: they've got some other major things up their sleeve here, and it's coming very, very soon. All right, so I want to play this clip for you, okay? It's about a 3-minute clip. If you can, I would recommend listening to the whole thing. It's purposely 3 minutes long to capture all the details about this. I'm going to come back afterward, and we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about this. Let's roll the clip. Sit down if you have not done so yet. This is disturbing, and we're going to come back and talk about this. But listen closely to what they're talking about here. All right, anyway, here's the clip. The Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, in an interview this morning, and I want you to hear exactly what she's saying. All right, I'll come back in a couple minutes. Enjoy this. Well, for what it's worth. It's about 3 minutes, and I'll see you again in just a couple minutes here.
Look, let's talk about the reopening of government. Secretary SNAP benefits flowing again after the 43-day shutdown left millions waiting for their November payments. What can you tell us about the resumption of business? The USDA said all eligible families getting their full benefits today, while the Trump administration announces an overhaul of that program. You're requiring every SNAP participant to reapply as part of a crackdown on fraud. You pointed out data from 29 states showing 186,000 deceased individuals were still receiving benefits. 120 people under arrest for fraud so far. On top of that, New York requirements and a $186 billion budget cut also taking effect. So what? Somebody died and their heirs started receiving their SNAP benefits? Secretary, what happened?
It's just incredible. And, you know, within the first hour of me being sworn in February, this was one of my very first things that we did. We sent a letter to every state. We said business as usual is over. The status quo is no more. We know that the SNAP program is rife with fraud, but it's all anecdotal. This was last February, that we have no data. How is it true that the taxpayers through the federal government fund this $100 billion program every single year, but we don't even know whether it's being done correctly, what the accountability looks like? We want that data ourselves. As I mentioned, 29 states complied, mostly the red states. And what we have found since we started getting that data late spring of this year is just stunning. As you mentioned, 186,000 deceased individuals receiving benefits, 500,000 people getting more than two times the benefit. So they're getting it in one place and then they're getting it in another place. The same person. We found thousands of individuals that were getting benefits in 3 to 4 or 5, 6 different states. I mean, it is one thing after another. And this is just from the red states. Can you imagine when we get through litigation and we get that data from California, New York, Oregon? We know under Biden, the program increased 40%. Of course, we believe they were trying to buy the election by pushing more and more money out without any accountability. So this is what we're trying to bring under control. And listen, we always knew it was going to be a really big deal. We knew that it was stunning what was happening. But what the shutdown did, that sort of unintended consequence of the Democrats shutting down the government over the last 43, 45 days, is that one of their favored programs is now in the eye of the average everyday American who says this is not okay. Go fix this. My taxpayer dollars should not be spent for this sort of fraud and abuse. and taking it out of the mouths of families that really need the program. There are vulnerable families in America that need this program that aren't getting it because of the fraud and the abuse that now we're going to work to fix.
Unbelievable. I mean, at a minimum, it's embarrassing that nobody looked at this. And it's just like on autopilot, right? And you have to wait for the Trump administration to come in and start looking under every rock. And I would also say it's a massive dereliction of duty, not just from the last administration, but from Congress. How does this happen?
All right, now there's the interview with the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, that took place earlier today. And I just want to point out a couple key takeaways out of that interview. Did you notice at the very beginning how they mentioned all food stamp SNAP beneficiaries need to reapply for the program? Yeah, exactly. I mentioned that to you just the other day in a separate video, and I've also had a number of people reaching out in the comment section saying, really? I need to reapply even if I just went through my normal annual review just a short time ago? Yeah, it sounds like everybody will need to reapply for this program. Now, if you noticed after they talked about that, the whole purpose of this reapplication is to flush out fraud within this program. Now, I want to make it very clear. I am not suggesting that you are conducting fraud in the food stamp or SNAP program. I'm literally here to bring you information. I know a lot of you here in this community are very reliant on these benefits and need this money to put food on the table and things like that. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm literally just bringing you information, okay? So remember, I'm on your team. I'm here to represent and advocate for you in any way that I possibly can. We're all here together. I'm here for you, okay? I'm on your team on this. But here's the deal. They're going to force everybody to reapply for the program, which is honestly nasty. That's 42 million people that are going to be forced to go through this process. As you heard them mention, they had 29 states comply earlier this year, submitting all the information for the beneficiaries within their respective states. They found 186,000 people that were deceased still getting benefits, and possibly family members or heirs or somebody like that getting their benefit. That seems very odd, but apparently that's what they found. They also found thousands and thousands of other individuals that were getting money in multiple different states. Did you hear them say that as well? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states, thousands and thousands of people. I don't know. Is that something people can really do? Honestly, I guess, according to what they're saying, but that's what they're suggesting. So the whole idea here is to really flush out, well, the fraud, apparently, that they are finding and that they suspect is within this program. So not only is this going to be a massive headache for a lot of people, like a lot of you in this community that are on this program and just following the rules and doing things by the book that you're supposed to, this is going to be a massive headache for a lot of people, 42 million people that'll need to jump through essentially flaming hoops to get their benefit and basically reapply and make sure that they're still getting their benefit. But also I want to point out as well, how many people are getting their benefits legitimately, they're not doing something shady, that are going to be dropped from this program because of some mistake through the application process? Here's the deal. I think we all recognize that's absolutely 100% going to happen. Why do we know that? Just because of the sheer volume of people. I mean, that's a lot of people, 42 million people across the country. You can't tell me that they're not going to make a mistake somewhere along the lines and drop, some random person who's doing everything by the book, nothing wrong, nothing shady, and all of a sudden they're going to get kicked off the program or something because it's like something looked weird on their application, or maybe they weren't able to reapply, or whatever the situation is. It's going to hurt a lot of probably very innocent people that are just on this program trying to put some food on the table. So again, that's why I said at the beginning of the video, if you thought the first half of November was a nightmare, get ready. This is going to be even worse of a nightmare, right? This can be one of those nightmares where you pop out of bed sitting straight up at night and you're like, what just happened, right? That was scary. So anyway, my point is this is not going to be very friendly. Here's the deal. They have not given us exact direction on when the applications need to be submitted. They have not told us exactly what we need to do here, but I want you to be aware. They're talking about this. They're talking about this massive overhaul to the program. It is coming. This is not like, we might do this at some point. No, they're making it very clear. This is the overhaul that's coming, and I want you to be very aware of this so that you are aware that, hey, when this happens, you can be prepared and not like, I didn't know, and now you're getting blindsided by this, okay? Anyway, it's suspecting that this is going to be coming here in the next couple weeks as far as a rollout of this reapplication process. Stand by. I will keep you posted with this as we get more information on this. This whole food stamp, this whole SNAP situation is not over. And unfortunately, what happened in the first half of November, because of the government shutdown and the lapse of benefits, all it really did was put a lot of attention on this program. And guess what happens? When a lot of attention gets put on the program because of the lapse of funding and everything going on, they got all kinds of attention. And now guess what? Let's look into the program a little more, right? Exactly. So this whole thing that happened in November, as annoying as it was, the first lapse in benefits we have ever seen, now we have this further investigation into the program and all the beneficiaries. And again, just giving more attention to it. Anyway, just want you to be aware of what's going on here. Please, if you have not done so, subscribe, stay tuned. I will continue to keep you updated as we get any new information on this, any interviews, any new information out of USDA. I'll be right here for you, breaking it all down, letting you know what's going on. It's a busy time. This is a weird time right now. I think we can all recognize that. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Again, please remember, I'm here to represent you. I'm here to advocate for you. I'm here on your team. I'm here by your side. I'm here to help you in any way that I possibly can through these videos, through the information that I have for you. I hope this helps you. Drop your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. I'll do my very best to answer those. Otherwise, as always, please consider subscribing. Big subscribe button down below. It's 100% free. Otherwise, share this video so anybody you know, your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances can also understand what's going on here. And also, stay tuned. A lot of big things happening. By the way, quick little pro tip here, little hint I'll give you if you're still watching. We've had a number of people coming out lately talking about more details on the $2,000 stimulus check. Stand by. I've got a whole lot more details for you, okay? And I have more video clips that I'm going to share with you. I literally have 3 more video clips right here on my phone that I'm going to bring to you in a separate video. Anyway, stand by. I'll bring those to you soon. But people are really jumping behind this $2,000 stimulus check. Anyway, enjoy this day. Enjoy your day. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you again a little bit later. All right, please subscribe, and I'll catch you.